I had never dreamed of any kind of work like this. For me, it was important because I'm not a local as well. For me, it was important to form this sense of belonging.
So it was basically a personal issue that led you to starting this journey.
Not collaborating with people who have, let's say, hate in their hearts. You have the right people near, you will form and create everything.
Thing is even worth it, worth all the madness or losing my head over, but
It's about empathy, but I can't say that everyone has it by default. Of course, you need to have a will to understand another person. Stop to communicate via chats, via internet.
Multicultural Centre in Brno that helps various people of various nationalities connect not only with the local culture, but also help them find a sense of belonging and purpose through their various courses and multiple language, music, art, workshops, and much more. You could say that they pretty much act as a intercultural guide here in Brno. So we're very grateful to have a center like theirs. They go by the name of Brusinka, Multicultural Centre. So may I ask you, what is your name and what is it that you do at Brusinka?
Hi, my name is Viktoria Netikova, and I'm a founder and the head of the Multicultural Centre Brusinka in Brno. And actually, I'm really grateful to you for having me, for inviting me. And what I'm doing, I just created this organization from scratch, and I'm continuing our activities.
Great, great. And may I ask you, what kind of activities are Brusinka actually doing?
Yeah, we have activities and events for all generations, from kids up to seniors, and among our activities and in our offer language classes, language courses. It can be Czech or English or even French or other languages, and also music classes like guitar playing or piano playing, also singing, and art and different kind of workshops. Can be cooking workshop or aromatherapy or something like this, and also we have several international projects, so we are working together with different countries on forming society and community. Additionally, we have some therapy services and well-being, and like you've mentioned, this sense of belonging. So we're trying to make more events for different people from many cultures to provide them a space and the opportunity to present themselves.
Wow, wow. Maybe I got a bit lost in the vastness of like what you were explaining, but it all sounds really, really wonderful.
I have not mentioned everything, just structure, core structure.
So there's more.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe off camera I can ask you, or if the audience wants, they can go to Brusinka's
Yes, of course.
website or in person. May I ask you, where do you have your center?
We have it near the botanical garden. It's Konečného náměstí, so 2 tram stops from the center, from Česka.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're ever looking for, if you're new and you're looking for a multicultural center, you definitely gotta go check out Brusinka.
But we have really safe space, so it is close. It's in the yard, so better to contact us in advance, and we will provide you a map.
Okay, so you heard it here. So one of our favorite questions, which is aside from all of this, what kind of music do you listen to?
Well, for me, it's a rather complicated question, because I'm listening to music from the very beginning, from my childhood, and it can be absolutely everything from Led Zeppelin to jazz and piano concerts, classical, and I have my profile actually on Last.fm. You can visit one day and check all the let's say, all the offer. But really, I like music with deep lyrics or lyric melodies, and better to say that I'm, let's say, a big music lover, and I'm singing myself as well, and trying to play piano. So music is a huge part of my life.
Wow, wow! I had no idea that you were also singing and playing piano. That's amazing. And from what I've seen through your socials as well, that you host even music jam sessions, which I've seen.
Yes, with collaboration with Delhi Arts Foundation, which is a big international company. We started open mic sessions in Brno, and also we are collaborating on creating of some clubs for kids where they can learn music. And we have installed one wonderful thing in our center. You can come and check it. And around this platform, we will form some community for kids who would like to learn some music.
Is it just for kids or it's also for adults?
It's for kids, but for adults, we have enough services already. Yeah. And
Great.
also we are organizing our own multicultural concerts, and everyone can participate and sing there or play.
Great, great. That's wonderful. And what brought you to start this whole adventure? What came to your mind? Like, did you always want to start a multicultural center, or what was it like for you?
I have never dreamed of any kind of work like this, and also I was not a leader by default. But one day I've understood that I need to have more services in Brno for my kids. They were small. Now my son has 16, so it was like 8 or more years ago. So I just was not able to find anything like this in Brno. This is why I started to create it. And also for me it was important, because I'm not a local as well. For me it was important to form this sense of belonging with my family and with my friends. And we started from book clubs for kids. We were reading books, and then I understood that people are interested as well in forming such society and creating such a center.
Wow, wow. So it was basically a personal, let's say, quote unquote, issue that led you to starting this journey.
Yes, absolutely. And everything that we are doing is coming from my head, first of all, and then it's about collaboration for sure.
Amazing. So you hear that, guys? You got some problem in mind that you want to solve? Go ahead and do it, just like Victoria. Brsinka has this warm, lived-in feel when I went there. We're back in a second.
So we have such a multicultural filter. From my point of view, if a person understands why we're doing this, they definitely will be a great part of this community and will help us to form the right atmosphere. So everything is about people.
Mm-hmm. So it's about getting together with the right people and having good vibes.
Yes, absolutely. Otherwise, it's just for nothing.
For sure. Understand. Totally. Let's rewind to your early days. So was it at an instant that you had the idea and then suddenly you had the center, or how did it go, the process of it?
Well, it started almost 9 years ago, like I said, from these book clubs for kids. And honestly, it was just 1 day per week on Saturday. And I was sure that it's pretty enough. So I haven't imagined that I will create something like this, but circumstances like forced me to continue. I just can't explain this because I wanted a normal life, like quiet one, with no challenges. But finally, I understood that there are a lot of things that are inspiring me. from my past, from my grandparents, for example. So, and I've asked myself a question: if I will ask myself in 20 years, what have I done in my life? Will be this reply satisfactory for me? And I understood that at least I will try. If something will go wrong, I will just stop, but just going further and further.
You heard that? Once more, if you've got something in mind, go ahead and do it. That's incredible. It's even inspiring me, because some days I think to myself if what I'm doing with this whole Brno G's thing is even worth all the madness or losing my head over. But when I hear stories like yours, it just makes you want to continue going forward. So thank you. What are some personal highlights for you through your journey at Brusinka that you would say, like, okay, this is exactly why I wanted to start this in the first place?
First of all, it's the impact. Let's start from kids. When some little one, 3 years old, is coming to us, he's just a little bit destroyed, and his parents, especially if they're foreigners, they don't know what to do, and they think that something is not okay with him. But after 5 lessons in our center, it's just absolutely different kid, and he is happy. He knows what to do, and we discover for sure that he's talented, because every kid is talented. But sometimes parents struggling so much, especially in the Czech society, where sometimes foreigners are not accepted, that they just don't know how to go further with this issue, that a kid has several languages and needs to learn Czech as well. And this is a first source of inspiration, that we see these changes, and especially we see the changes under the influence of music lessons. As kids, just in the half of a year, they become absolutely different. Yeah, and it's really inspiring to see their self-confidence and understanding and resilience, for sure. Yes, it's important from the young age. And also I like when people are able to find friends in our center. Then after workshops, they stay just for 1 more hour more to communicate when the event is finished, but they're still there. And also, for sure, if people, our clients, are able to reach their goals, for example, to pass some exam or strengthen their public speaking skills, or even find some job. For example, they started as amateur singers, but finally they ended up professionally singing on stage. And we see this path, and it's really amazing that they can fulfill their dreams and go further.
Wow. So I'm a terrible singer. Do you think I would have a chance if I would go for some workshops?
Yes, for sure. However, you need to understand that it's not enough just to go to workshops. You need to sing constantly all the time and practice a lot.
Of course.
It's not magic.
Yes, definitely. But I will give it a shot. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to become a singer.
We're back in a second.
Organizing events myself with the Brno Gs is a quite hectic process and really overwhelming. I know you've hosted a couple of events yourself at the center, like a couple of cultural events, such as this Argentinian event of music and food, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Can you, how does the planning process usually look like? Do you also lose your minds through the whole thing?
Everything starts from an idea. It can be my own idea, or as this example with the Day of Argentinian Culture, it came just from communication. As one of the participants of our workshop, she came to me and said, "Oh, I wonder if it is possible to organize some Argentinian day in Brno because she's from Argentina. And I said to her, okay, you can do it. And I've supported her. So in this case, it started just from an idea from one person. And next year we will have another Argentinian day. And this time it won't be at Brusinka, it will be in the center of Brno.
Wow, really? So you
Yes.
got permission from the city as well?
Yes, absolutely. They provided us a space.
Wow, that's wonderful. So
Yes, so it's hectic, it's challenging for sure sometimes if a lot of people are communicating with you and several organizations are participated, you just need to take their hand and control what they're doing. Otherwise, you won't get a good result. So unfortunately, this process is not so smooth. You need to take everything under control.
right, and are you usually the one trying to keep everything under control in the center, or you have a bigger team that everyone has their own roles over there?
Yes, we have different roles. I'm the main motivated person, but finally I have several volunteers from different countries and they're helping a lot. And this year, more than 5 volunteers came and they're trying to cover some areas that I'm not able to cover anymore.
Wow, that's great. Do you also offer psychological consultation and support? Do you have psychologists who are from different parts of the world coming to work at the center, or how does it look like?
Yes, absolutely. We had a therapist from Latin America, and she is providing services in English and Spanish. And also we have the therapist from Ukraine who is providing services in Russian and Ukraine language. And in this case, we are covering a lot of people because English therapy support is defined for people from different countries. Also, we are providing well-being coaching in different languages. And in general, everyone who is interested can be a part of our team in this case. But we are forming it on the base of the idea that we are working together for a stronger and healthier society.
That's a wonderful thing to build up society like that, especially for a lot of people that aren't from here who are in need of services such as yours. There's this article on your website which is about the art of listening. In our daily lives, how to practice the skills of listening. And since we're on the topic of getting psychological counseling, what does it mean to you to listen, to respond rather than to react? If you get what I'm saying.
Yes, of course, it's about empathy, but I can't say that everyone has it by default. So to listen, and if you would like to start, first of all, from my point of view, how it looks like, start to communicate via chats, via internet. So to listen, you need to sit together and look into the eyes of the other person and discuss things and breathe deeply, as if you are not breathing, you will just be too fast and can't get it. And of course, you need to have a will to understand another person. So you need to understand why you're doing this. So I just recommend to meet more, to participate in some activities and events, to visit concerts and discuss it afterwards. But the main thing, really, you need to understand why it is important.
That's incredible. And so for youngsters, especially these days, even me, myself, guilty as charged, I'm quite often on my phone, texting. And as you mentioned, it's a practice that we need to invest our time in. So with that in mind, I just want to remind everyone that's listening, like, go out there, look at your homies, look at your friends, and ask them what's going on in their lives, and really listen to each other.
But well, in this case, it's a funny thing, but I see the influence of an artificial intelligence that people started to be together more, as when you are opening your phone, it's so weird that you are not able to understand what is going on, is if it's AI or it is real. So people just starting to look around if how the real life looks like. So in this case, like this artificial intelligence, from my point of view, is removing us step by step from this online communication. As it's a really sad story. Then, for example, two people, they met each other in dating applications, and then their whole communication is ongoing via chat, and even they decide to separate online. So I want to ask if there was a real connection.
Yeah, that's crazy. It just gave me a kind of a flashback to my high school immature relationships through text messaging as Facebook. But anyway, back to talking about the incredible things that you do. You provide workshops and language courses, many of which are for internationals, but you also provide it for locals, or how does it work?
Yes, absolutely. We are choosing the language of the event. If it is in Czech, anyway, anyone can come, but it can be also mixed. It can be in different languages, as most of our employees or volunteers, they are managing to speak in several languages. And in this case, for example, on art workshop, by default it is in English, but also you can communicate there in Russian or Czech or Spanish, if you will find people who around you who are speaking the same language, or the facilitator of the host, our teacher, is able to communicate with them in different languages as well. So it depends on the event, but in most of the cases it's a multicultural event. And regarding our courses, if you would like to learn Czech, you can learn it just by default in Czech language with no help of other languages, like deep diving, but also it can be in English, or it can be in Russian or Ukrainian, for example. If you need another language, like learn it through other language. So there are a lot of possibilities.
And how does it work? Do you get paid by the people that are attending your workshop, or are you funded by the city? How does it work on a financial sense?
We are funded by the city, but just partially. It helps us to pay the rent. But normally most of our courses are paid. Sometimes we are giving some discounts, and sometimes we are doing something for free. For example, we have an amazing stories intense storytelling event. It's always for free. It's for forming the community, and we are really dependable on the funding. So fundraising, it's our everyday job, and without these we won't survive. So this support from the city is not enough. However, they're providing us sometimes rent for free or something like this, some support of the events. So I can't say that it's not enough. They're doing everything that they can do.
That's great to hear that that the city also supports you. And in a personal, like, making an income out of running a cultural center or working there, I know, of course, you're not Elon Musk or something, but does it, quote unquote, like, pay off some amount of money for you in a financial sense to run all this, or how does it look like for you?
Normally, as it's a non-profit organization, it's hard to earn money there. So we are collaborating with different companies on joint projects, and sometimes as I'm a translator, I'm translating or localizing something, or also sometimes I'm working like a teacher of English with kids. So it's a project work. So I'm getting paid from the projects, but the core Multicultural Centre is not a commercial structure at all. So our goal is to cover our services, and the materials that we have, and the most painful topic is rent, for sure.
Right, I can imagine. So don't you go out there getting thinking that they're doing a get rich quick scheme? So you can't do that by running a cultural center.
No.
We're back in a second.
We are collecting money not to go to Dubai, for example. It's just not possible.
Yes, unfortunately. But it feeds your soul, right? Feeds your soul too.
Yes, at least to have something.
Yeah, nice.
Because everyone, like foreigners, normally do not have real estate here, and they need to rent. So anyway, you are not able to work every day, not getting any kind of income. So it is structured like this, but we have several projects around.
Great. Let's say I'm a new young person in Brno. Mluvím trošku česky. I'm interested in getting or incorporating myself with the local community. How would you advise me as this new youngster in Brno to start integrating with the local community?
First of all, you need to have your own motivation and curiosity. Yes, it's a basic thing. And if you have feeling that you are not able to connect with locals, you need to be motivated enough not to be sad about it, as it's a normal thing, and you need to understand that Czech people, they're trying to save their cultural language, and they see any kind of penetration as a threat, for sure, but it's not by default. There are a lot of people who can support you. So first of all, what I can advise, you need to find your people. You can't consider that every Czech person in the street will support you, but there are a lot of people who just will be really happy to support you, to communicate with you. It's not an easy task, but start from your own motivation and from connecting with our people, maybe through our events or some other events. For example, Brno Expat Center or Center of Foreigners, you can find plenty of events, what you like, and just collaborate and communicate. But really, in every society, even between Czech people, it is based on some collaboration and communication.
So keynote there is like, find your people.
Yes, absolutely. But it's a good point to have this platform as a multicultural center, as definitely if you will visit some events or concerts or workshops, you will find someone with whom it will be really great to communicate.
Great.
Because we have people from more than 108 countries.
What, really? 108
yes.
countries?
Yes.
No way. I won't even imagine that there are even people from 108 countries in Brno. But that's great to know.
Even more, I believe.
Okay. So I see you carried out this summer camp for kids through the summer. That's something new in the center, or you've done it before as well?
We are doing it every summer. We have 1 or 2 camps, mainly multicultural ones for locals and for foreigners. So we have really a mixed structure, and I like it a lot, as kids can communicate on the base of some creative activities, or visit some ceramic studio, or have a walk and to write together, to paint together. And we have a really amazing project with Association Babylon from Brno, who is supporting minorities, and with musicians and some artists. That there are some workshops when musicians are playing, kids or anyone, they're painting what they hear, and then vice versa, they're painting something and showing the pictures to the musicians, and musicians are playing like by note sheets.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, in these summer camps, like one of the activities are like
yes, absolutely.
Kids listen to
and
music.
And we will go further with this activity definitely, and we will also offer it to seniors, as normally they are locked in their flats alone, not only foreigners but locals as well.
So maybe if you're like a foreign mom and dad looking to get rid of your kid for a week in the summer, yeah, you know where. Contact Brzinka. How many years are you running, by the way, right now, the center?
Officially 5 years, but I've started these activities almost 9 years ago.
Wow. Okay, so 9 years ago, book club /
just some bilingual school for kids for learning their native language.
Wow. Learning their native language?
I mean that we have several options, not only integration options for learning Czech and Czech culture, but for saving their own culture. So we had a school, like weekend school for Ukrainian kids, where they are learning the Ukrainian language, then for Russian speaking from different countries, and then now we have Armenian school as well under our roof, and maybe there will be more, for example, Spanish or something like this. But I believe that if a person understands their own culture, in this case, he or she will be able to understand different culture as well. So we are doing this for supporting the local culture of the minorities, like of their mother tongue and their culture. So everyone who would like can come to us and do some Morocco workshop or Indian or Peru or something like this.
Well, I think I would like to highlight just that once more, that once you know your own culture, it's much easier to dive deeper and understand other cultures. So if you got a friend from somewhere else, ask them about where they're from, what they do, and also, more importantly, go talk to your mom and dad and ask them.
Yeah, and our clients keep saying that when they're participating in some events like cooking workshops, they feel like they're traveling, because it's a great opportunity to know more about different cultures.
Cooking workshops of various cultures hosted in your
various,
center.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
for example, we are planning now another Venezuelan one, because it was really popular.
Never tried Venezuelan food, but I love South American food in general.
We're back in a second.
All right, we're back. Do you see that the local people are nowadays more accepting of foreign cultures, or do you think that it's still in progress, that there's a lot more that local people can do in accepting foreign cultures?
From my point of view, they're really accepting and they are supporting foreigners a lot. However, like in every community, there can be exceptions. But I see that they're ready to accept people of different cultures, just that they do not have enough knowledge about it. For example, migration issues. Sometimes they don't know, they heard something about the issues with migrants, but they're not aware where it was, how it was, and they have never met someone like this. So in this case, we're providing also some talks and or participating in some festivals where we're showing people around local people culture of other regions or other countries. So it's not about some kind of not accepting, it's about lack of knowledge always.
That's an interesting point of view. I completely agree with it as well. The more I know about a certain culture, the more I feel open towards it as well.
And then one Czech person, he asked me what to do as he just feels that there is some threat from foreigners, but he's not okay with this because he thinks that it's not okay, it's not normal.
Okay.
Yeah, and what advice I can provide to him to fix the situation? And I said to him, learn at least one more language. Then travel more to understand how it looks like in different countries, and then maybe it's a good idea to do some genetic tests.
I think this maybe circles back to the point of like, doesn't matter where you're from, but empathy is a key factor in trying to understand
Yes,
others.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're back in a second.
So, what do you think Brno would look like if everyone, including foreigners and locals, benefited from a center like yours? Like, let's say everyone went to Brusinka Multicultural Centre events where you provide all your education about various cultures. What would Brno look like?
Well, like I have a feeling that Brno is good at that point nowadays. So I do not want to change anything. As for me, it's just enough supporting environment and a lot of benefits around. And if you will find a path to the heart of locals, definitely you will find a lot for yourself. However, from my point of view, the cities should be comfortable, first of all. So we are starting to work with the community in the centers like my center, my Multicultural Centre, but it's not enough. We are waiting for sure for a new railway station. It will be ready, I believe, in 5 years. Let's hope. But this is the core of the healthier city, of international collaboration. This transportation system, when everything is connected and people from all over the world are comfortable to come here. Yeah, so we can start from different angles, and we should work all together. So it's not just about benefit from our events, as we do not have capacity for everyone, for sure. Yeah, that just people will benefit from these activities just if they will check what we are doing and why. So it will be pretty enough to start something new in your life.
Okay. So if one part which I may have maybe misunderstood or probably understood, you were mentioning the railway station, and it's quite funny because there was a TV network that was following me today earlier, and they were like, after one day of me showing them around Brno, they had a completely different mind shift change, because when you get off Hlavní nádraží, it's right now maybe a bit intimidating with the amount of let's say chaotic things that are happening.
Just not
there.
comfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm just organizing the concerts of international musicians, of foreign musicians, and really I feel that I'm not comfortable to meet them on the main railway station, as it's the gates of the city, and it has influence all the time. You need to apologize for what is going on there.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Every time someone from abroad comes
So I
here.
believe these gates should be fixed, and
Yeah.
it will help the whole city to go forward international collaboration. And
Yes.
so we will have 2 concerts in local Philharmonic Hall.
Uh-huh.
One pianist is from Italy, Lorenzo Massotto, and another one from Germany, Clemens Christian Pötsch. And it's really important for me to show them not a city under construction, but a beautiful place where they can collaborate and start their own projects, and musical collaboration and some meaningful connections. But really, even if it's perfectly set, you need to understand the environment.
Yeah, environment's a big factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Brno is changing all the time. Yeah. And 10 years ago, it was even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I remember, I'm actually here for almost 10 years right now, and yeah, we didn't have the park, we didn't have Moravské náměstí, for
The
example.
city is changing, and
Uh-huh.
for sure, I can confirm that it becoming better and better, and people really like to stay here.
Yeah, definitely. Feels much more comfortable and feels like a place that people can call home. Where do you, as a multicultural center, see yourselves in 5 years' time? Are there any plans?
Let's say there's a dream
Mm-hmm.
to have our own separate building, because now we're renting a building from a city,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not all the time comfortable. Also, we'd like to have our own podcast studio, or at least collaborate, and for sure some music hall for independent musicians, as it's a real challenge to find anything for performing individual musicians who are not so popular, but still they would like to have their stage. And we have several halls that are really expensive, or several halls which are really old and not so comfortable. So I would like to have something between, like a jazz club or some music studio, that it depends on the rent all the time.
Right.
But it will be good to have a studio like this.
Yeah. We can see why it's so important to fund these cultural projects, because we've had a talk about this off camera, where someone is now willing to pay 250 Czech crowns for an event, but they don't know the amount of work that goes into it. Same applies for something like running a cultural center and running workshops or building concert hall. It all takes a lot of money and a lot of funds. All right, so aside from all of this, as always, I love to ask about what's one piece of advice, perhaps inspiration, that you could advise our listeners or anyone to keep moving forward, not give up, and in whatever journey they're in.
As I was mentioning, try to find your people and listen to them, understand their needs, and also understand your own needs, and to collaborate more is important. And also, as I've mentioned, you need to have some sort of curiosity what will be next, and not to be dependable on social media. Just go to the street and see how the real life looks like. And maybe additional thing is a sense of humor. Yeah, it helps a lot in life.
Yes.
It helps a lot in
Definitely.
even in organizing all these activities.
Yes.
As sometimes everything is going wrong, and just the sense of humor and of course the music will help you.
Yeah. So find your people, great sense of humor, What have I missed? You probably mentioned it, but you can go back and listen.
And work on your own well-being first. When you are stable, everything is going better.
Yes, definitely. I wholeheartedly agree with that, and I would say that's the most wholesome advice of inspiration we've had on our show so far. So
that it's easy to say. I know that it's really hard. I'm working on myself every day as well.
Same.
So it's not the easiest way, but it's worth trying.
Definitely. With that, I want to say thank you so much for being here, for coming out here. I know it wasn't easy to find the space, but we managed.
It's okay.
And I wish you all the best with your cultural services and everything. So thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode.